So again, a little bit of track prep going on out there. The Kubota with the big old honking slicks on the back there, Geo wheeling it. The funny cars are coming out of the staging lanes now. The game plan is 8 funny cars will run, 4 pairs. Low elapsed time, winning low elapsed time will be crowned your Saturday night Nitro champion here at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. So low elapsed time, win the race, you're the champ. How simple can it be? Well, I'll tell you. If it was that simple, I could do it. So Dale Van Gundy, Keith Clark, the quarter pounder. Dennis Lechartier, back in black GTO. Corey Lee tuned funny car. Dennis, who's had his struggles for a while here, going through parts and pieces, and brought Corey Lee on board and on TV Tuesday on SpeedSceneLive.com, 6 p.m. every Tuesday night on the World Wide Web. And Dennis said, well, the big thing was I was getting to the finish line. It was still a one-piece with the new combination. You get to the finish line in one piece, that's like, well, a good thing. So 8 funny cars come back to crown your Saturday night Nitro champion. Don't forget, Paul Schmidt's in the house here. Reflections of Motorsports Photography. Paul, the official photographer of the West Coast Hot Rod Association. Go on by his booth over there. Check it out. You want a picture of one of these great cars that's gone down the Auto Club Raceway quarter mile? You can buy one tonight. That's right. They'll print it right off the computer. Shelf a 5x7, an 8x10, an 11x14, or them great big old honking things. They're always for sale. Great photography work by Paul Schmidt and a number of the other great photographers that are here with us this weekend. It's Saturday night Nitro here at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. So the GTO and the Dodge Challenger. I'll have to tell you, back in the day, GTO was not your most popular body for funny cars, especially in '69. So Dale Van Gundy and the team out of Anaheim. Brad Anderson for power. For Van Gundy, that Keith Clark tune-up. He's been in the 570s out of that number 7 qualified spot at 6:06.1. Dennis Lechartier, the driver who's back in the 5s and hadn't been there in a while, but Corey Lee's got a handle on that car. Dennis on his burnout. Comes to a stop in the Auto Club lane. Dale Van Gundy. Dale, who showed up at the March meet this year right out of the box, was 578. It's like high fives for everybody. So Dale Van Gundy in the quarter pounder. Dodge Challenger for Keith Clark. Keith standing out on the starting line here, the Budweiser lane. But Dale's crew chief for the better part of 4 decades. Their racing career. He's got a big dog in the other lane there as Corey Lee has got that GTO flat flying. The winning low elapsed time will be your champion. GTO, check that baby out top end. Oh, baby. 590, 234 miles an hour. Dennis was .989 at 60 foot time. Half track time, 3:87, buck 93, 5:90, 2:34 for the back and black team. And boy, Corey Lee smiling from ear to ear with that team, as that's been a while. So that car has been that consistent and looking to take home the title of Funny Car Champion at Saturday Night Nitro. Of course, Dale Van Gundy going to the runner-up spot, 6:03.3, 221 miles an hour, clicking it off. It's right alongside Dennis in the early numbers, but then at half track, that GTO started pulling away, and a nice round of applause for both teams there. Dennis has established himself as one of the favorites with that 5:90 elapsed time, 5:90 with a 9 at 234 miles an hour. So as we're waiting for the next pair to come out of the staging lanes, as Dennis sets the pace to crown the champion at Saturday Night Nitro. So waiting for our next pair of Nitro Funny Cars to come around the corner from behind the tower here. The first car, James Day, your defending Saturday Night Nitro champion. Gary Turner's Peddler Funny Car, that John Wirtz tuned car, will come up in the Budweiser lane. And I do believe James's matchup. What happened to my computer screen here? Let's see here. James Day should be matched up with, wow, reigning national champion Jason Rupert. I do believe that that's the way the cards fall. Of course, as I told you before, it won't be the first time I've been wrong tonight. It probably won't be the last time. So a lot of teams hustling to make the call here. Yep, it's Jason Rupert, the Mert Littlefield tribute car for Lucas Oil Products and Phoenix Industries. So your national champion, Jason Rupert, for Dad Frank, and Richard Bays, and Don Cook and the team. So very prime time matchup here with a couple of the marquee cars in the Nostalgia Funny Car category. James Day, who's taken over the driving chores at Gary Turner's Peddler Funny Car. John Wirtz, who's taken over the crew chief duties on Gary Turner's car, who went to the winner's circle. And a month ago here at Auto Club Famoso Raceway, Saturday Night Nitro, when Zane Messenger red-lighted and reigning national champion Jason Rupert. Now, Jason told me after round number one, he went 6:05, 239 miles an hour to get out of that number 6 spot. And he said the problem was it was spinning the tires at half track. He had a great run going, but the speed was there at half track, but the elapsed time was down. And, of course, that correlated down to the top end with only a 6:05. Now, of course, you guys are probably sitting there going, wow, That announcer dude, Mike English, he really knows his stuff. Well, no, Jason Rupert told me that, so that's how I know that. So James Day, for Gary Turner, it was routine maintenance between the rounds there as John Wirtz and the team, the Geico caveman, Dave Glass and the team, took the car apart and routine maintenance, fired her up, and she was ready to go. So here we go. You want to take the title of Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Champion? You need to go quicker than 590 with a 9 and bump up that Dennis LeChartre, the Back in Black GTO. So James Day, your defending Saturday Night Nitro champion for Gary Turner and John Wirtz and the team. His burnout in the Budweiser lane. And reigning national champion Jason Rupert, the Mert Littlefield tribute car. His dad Frank Rupert in the house along with his dad's partner Richard Bays, which by the way, there will be a new Nostalgia Funny Car in the works right now. The Bays and Rupert Funny Car is coming back. Talking to Richard and Frank, and they said, yep, she's moving along. By the way, also out on the starting line here, Don Cook. Don Cook's Damn Yankee making its return, the Nitro Nostalgia Funny Car. So the burnouts are done. Drivers come back. James Day, Father Richard, former funny car driver himself, the wheel of the 58 Corvette called the Little Screamer in the house this weekend. So the burnouts are done. Go quicker than 590 and win the race, and you're the champ. Both drivers are pre-staged. Both drivers are staged. But look at Jason Rupert top end. Oh, baby. Wow, how about that 584.3? Jason Rupert taking the win? No. On a hole shot, James Day, 586.4. Day was better in reaction time, and Day held him off, and that's why the drivers get paid the big bucks. So right now, 586.4 is the leader in the clubhouse to take the championship. James Day doing his job. Jason Rupert was quicker at 584.3, but you have to win the race. So that puts James Day in the lead at 586.4, 246. Attention to pits, attention to pits. Brandon's transmission, Sportsman Eliminator to the lanes, please. Brandon's transmission, Sportsman Eliminator to the lanes, please. So James Day, by the way, James was 386.6, 195 at half track. James Day and Gary Turner's car, 101 and 60 foot time. Jason was one flat. At the 3:30 clocks, they were both 259. At half track, Jason Rupert in the Auto Club lane, 385. James Day, 386. Both of them at 195 miles an hour. At the 1,000-foot mark, Jason Rupert was reeling him in with a 493 to James Day's 495, but James held him off at the top end with a 586.4 to take the win in the lead in the clubhouse for the Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Champion. Absolutely spectacular side-by-side runs here throughout the night with the Nostalgia Nitro Funny Cars. We just watch them. Just a thing of beauty here. So the next pair, the low ET #1 qualifier, Dan Horan Jr. The Dan's Electric 65 Mustang. The Auto Club lane, the Budweiser lane, in on the brake rule is Ryan Kono. Cannot make the call. So Alex Mildanovich out of Orange, hot for teacher, Ford Mustang, gets in on the brake rule and a chance to run for the money. Right now, James Day leading the way, 586.4 for the Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Championship, as he'd like to make it 2 in a row. But I'll tell you what, that red, white, and blue Mustang coming up in the Auto Club lane, that Ronnie Swearengin tuned Mustang, has put down a string of 580s. So the 65 Mustang for Dan Horan Jr., the 69 Mach 1 for Alex Mildanovich. Alex the burnout, the Budweiser lane. Dan Horan Jr. Everybody in the Horan family races. Dan Horan Jr., his dad, Curly, as he's affectionately known, Dan Horan Sr., the former Top Fuel driver, now car owner of that John Everett-driven Top Fuel dragster. It's the Quarter Pounder team, Dale Van Gundy, Keith Clark, and the guys out of Anaheim. Great show here at Saturday Night Nitro, and thanks very much, guys. A great, great job here with the Quarter Pounder Dodge Challenger. So Dan Horan Jr., #1 qualifier at a 582, and Alex is sitting down about 300 feet down track there, and the car is not moving. So Alex is going to sit there, and Dan Horan will take a single run. So an unfortunate thing for Alex in the hot for teacher Ford Mustang. So a guy who came out of that #1 qualifying spot with a 582 needs a 586.3 or better if he wants to have a shot the Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Championship. Dan is pre-stage, he is staged. Oh, not a whole lot wrong with that run. Top end, Dan Horan Jr. Oh, baby. 575.2, 253 miles an hour. And Dan Horan Jr. and Ronnie Swearengin just said, come and get them, boys. 575.2. And I tell you, from our vantage point up in the tower here, there wasn't a whole lot wrong with that, baby, as that thing was hitting on all 8. Look up on the scoreboard there. That was a thing of beauty. Top speed and low elapsed time of the event for Dan Horan Jr. The team out of Rancho Cascades, the Dan Horan Jr. electric car, was hitting on all 8. Jason Rupert, the team in front of the grandstands there. Great job, Jason, the reigning national champion. A spectacular side-by-side race. And The California Hot Rod Reunion coming up October 19th, 20th, and 21st, and Jason will be part of the show for sure. Nice round of applause for Alex and the Hot for Teacher team. Alex out on the track there, unfortunately. Problems after the burnout, but give Alex a round of applause. A great job for that team, as that car is really starting to come around big time. And I cannot wait for the Funny Car Show, the California Hot Rod Reunion. So the final pair, and somebody going to try and knock Dan Arand Jr. off that pedestal in the Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car title. The Zane Messenger, the guy who's won one and runner-up at another of the Saturday Night Nitro shows. The Future Flash Firebird will be in the Budweiser lane. The Auto Club lane, Rick Rogers. Smokey Alderman's Dark Side Challenger. So Zane Messenger, Chris Nance, they want to go to the top, be another Saturday Night Nitro champion. Gonna have to step on it this time. Now Rick Rogers and Smokey's Dark Side car in the Auto Club lane. Just saw Dan Arand Jr. run 575. Rick has been down in the low 580s with the early model style 392 Hemi car, the Dark Side car in the Auto Club lane. But 575 would be a career rest and funny car for Rick Rogers. Simple. 575 won, and you'll be the Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car champion. So two very good cars. And the final pair here, Funny Car Eliminator. Dan Arand Jr. is looking mighty stout for the Funny Car title here at Auto Club Famoso Raceway for Saturday Night Nitro. By the way, next month, close to 40 of these Nostalgia Nitro Funny Cars coming from all over the country for the California Hot Rod Reunion here at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. October 19th, 20th, and 21st, right here at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. If you've never been to a California Hot Rod Reunion, it is, if you've never been before and you come to one, you will never miss another one. This will be the 21st annual California Hot Rod Reunion. The Grand Marshal for this one, the one, the only, TV Tommy Ivo. Great racing Friday, Saturday, and Sunday here at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. So Zane Messenger, the Future Flash Trans Am, that Chris Nance tuned Trans Am, right in that 4 spot at 6:01, clicking it early. It's 215 miles an hour. And Rick Rogers, 79 Challenger, Smokey Alderman's Dark Side team car out of Atascadero. So the Trans Am for Zane. Final pair, and then a couple tested tune runs. Rick Rogers, a little late firing the Titan Engineering Dodge Challenger. Does his burn out the autoclub later. Somebody with a ton of RPM, I believe it is Zane Messenger's Future Flash car. The idle in that car extremely high. Somebody will walk over, grab the injector, and bring her down. And as I say that, still seems like kind of high RPM out of that car, but there we go. $575.1. You will be the Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Champion at Auto Club Famoso Raceway. Neither of these cars have run in the fives tonight. Both of them are plenty capable, but it's going to take a big-time step to go 575.1. They've both been in the 6.0s. Zane Messenger is pre-staged. Rick Rogers is pre-staged. They come forward, Zane's in, Rick's in, and here we go. Look at that Future Flash. Check that baby out. Top end, Zane Messenger. 590, 226 miles an hour. You heard Rick Rogers' car, all kinds of RPM at the top end as clutch mud away. Zane Messenger, 0.967 in 60-foot time, the best of the weekend for the funny cars. Zane was 381, a $1.94 at half track, and 590, 226. And Dan Horan Jr. will be your Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Champion with that spectacular 575.2 at 253 miles an hour. How about right in front of the grandstands here, Gary Turner's Peddler. James Day, the defending Saturday Night Nitro champion. So Dwayne Patton on a single run, a tested tune run. The Giant Chevrolet high voltage Camaro. Again, as I said, Gary Turner's Peddler, the defending Saturday Night Nitro champion. Unfortunately, not going to do it tonight. That John Wirtz tuned funny car. Wirtz, he hurt his back, patting himself on the back. But Dan Horan Jr., your Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Champion. Dwayne, who made a great earlier run today and ran it down through there, good incremental numbers, and ended up with a 633 at 190 miles an hour. How about your Saturday Night Nitro Funny Car Champion, the red, white, blue 65 Mustang, Dan Horan Jr. Congratulations to Dan Jr. and Ronnie Swearingen and the team. Great job there. 575.2 at 253 miles an hour. And Ronnie got a big old smile on his face. Pat. Well, that wasn't good. That's not supposed to happen. I checked the rule book and it says you got to stay in your own lane. Yep. See that orange cone out there? That's supposed to be in the center of the 2 lanes, not the center of the Auto Club lane. I know that. Only because I was told that. So Dwayne kind of launched there, was 105 and 60-foot time, and that baby was like all over the place. Every which way. Coasted to it 729 into 128 miles an hour in his own lane where he was supposed to stay.